Alright, so today I'm going to talk about one of the reasons why I never want to go to a party again. So that day, I think it was a Saturday or a Friday, it was 2 years ago. I think I was 15, I was a dumb little kid, I was a sophomore. I was a dumb little kid, loved going to parties and talk to people, I just loved pointless socializing. I have all the time in the world back then. So me and my friend, okay, so it's gonna be a lot of people I gotta talk about in this video, so I'm just gonna call her Sandy, alright? Sandy. So me and Sandy, we were walking, right? Well, Sandy wasn't the best person to meet either, so yeah, so let's just not say her real name, alright? So me and Sandy, we were walking to the party because it's half an hour away, we don't got a car, and she's not even supposed to be at a party because of her parents. So we walked to the party. It was around 8, 9 o'clock at that point. It really started. It's supposed to start 2 hours ago. We just got there fashionably late. We walked in. The party was so dead. It was one of my homegirls that threw the party, but it was that moment. It looked like it sucked. Alright, there's no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing. It was just quiet people drinking soda, sober people feeding on Nick and drinking soda. It was just boring. So we stayed there for half an hour, and then the owner of the house kicked us out because apparently she don't know her kids was throwing a party that big. So everybody got kicked out. Me and Sandy, we were looking for the new Addy of the party. We're just waiting in somebody's car, and then we got 6 people in the car, even though the car was super small, 6, 7 people. So I have to sit on someone's lap and Sandy has to sit in the trunk. So we drove for 10 minutes and Sandy was in the trunk the whole time. She somehow found some alcohol and got really fucked up. I don't know if she have a low tolerance or anything, but she found something that got her really fucked up, enough for her to stay in the trunk for 10 minutes because she literally can't breathe in there. And he was playing loud ass music. The guy that was driving, he was driving bad, he was drunk, and I'm surprised he didn't even bump on anything. But we got there safely. We got Sandy out of the fucking trunk. And by the time she got out, she was really dizzy. And we were just in the park with a bunch of 100 other people. So everybody was just doing drugs. It was a whole drug. It looked like a whole drug party. Mainly people were just stoners though. Just people smoking. And then I sat up with my friend group at the time. 15-year-old me thought it would be a great idea to just start chugging alcohol, whatever alcohol I can find. So I chugged vodka, vodka, what is it? It was a mix, because I can't chug straight vodka. It was a mix. A Red Bull and vodka mix, I think. And then I chugged that shit. I chugged the beer. And then back then my stomach, I am surprised I can chug that much, because back then my stomach is alright. Because after all that shit I did when I was 15, my stomach is so fucked right now. Alcohol, they taste disgusting to me right now. That's why I don't drink anymore. Well, back to the story. So I was chugging shit. I was also smoking moon rocks with my friends, and I was really fucked up. And Sandy came up to me. She looks really fucked up too. Sandy was like, "Oh, hey, Yui, you want me to carry you and run?" So the 15-year-old drunk me thought that was a great idea and let her carry me. And she didn't even carry me for not even 5 minutes. She ran and dropped on the floor and I flew off her back. I was drunk at the time, so I didn't really care about I was bleeding and stuff. I was just I stood up and I walked away. The 100 people turned and literally looked at us and be like, "What the fuck?" Because I literally flew her off her back. Her jeans were ripped because she fell too. And we're all bleeding everywhere. I wasn't mad at the time. I just feel that's so stupid. The fact that she offered to carry me even though she knows she's fucked up. But whatever, you know? So that night, I was hurt, but at least I feel I was alright, to be honest. It wasn't the worst party experience ever. It's actually one of the pretty good ones I went, but it's also one of the reasons why I don't like parties, because I get hurt every single time. After an hour, the cops pulled up to the park, and just because people were racing, they were making loud noises, so they just told us to get the fuck out. And one of the girls even got arrested. It was just weird. I don't even know if they actually arrest her. But Sandy, like after I left, Sandy started getting really drunk, and there was bouncing at the park. She started like stripping, and it was just so weird. Like my other friend, let's give him a name, Nick. Let's call him Nick. Nick decided to help her, and just it was so bad because she was stripping for no reason, like in front of like hella people. Like Nick just felt bad for her, and he would just try to help her like calm down since he was stripping at the fountain. And after that, I didn't really much talk to Sandy anymore because that day was basically like one of the reasons why we're not friends anymore. And there's another reason why we're not friends anymore is because she puked on my carpet, greened out, and over like a Delta 8. I don't know why would she green out over a Delta 8. But yeah, she puked on my carpet, didn't clean it, and that was the last time we hung out. And yeah, and we have beef ever since. I don't know why she's so mad at me. She blocked the girl that cleaned up her puke for her. It was just so bad. Like, Sandy wasn't a good person. But back then I didn't know that. Like, even though she dropped me on the floor and there's scars all over me because of it, like, it's whatever, you know. I forgave Sandy for doing that, but like the carpet thing was so fucked up because I also did a lot of shit for Sandy. I helped her a lot when she needed help, but she just have to do us like this. Like, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't friends with Sandy anymore. It was just bad. And I would not go to another party because I don't want the same shit to happen again, because every single time, like, there's other parties I go to that I also get hurt in. Like, it's always me getting physically or mentally hurt. It was so, like, maybe it's just the people there, because you can't get along with, like, what, 50 people, you know? You can't get along with everybody, you know? But yeah, that's the reason, like, as I grew older, I don't want to go to parties anymore. It was just a waste of time for me.